Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy Duplays here and I'm back with the video I said I was gonna do. Back with another GTA 6 reaction. Is Rockstar hiding a game-changing feature in GTA 6? GTA 6 got lead again, so I rank the features. Alright, we'll get into that next. I'm going off topic already. So before we get into it, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Follow my socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. They'll be in the description so I can get more views, likes, comments, shares, subscribers, money, cloud, fame, and a superiority complex so I can feel better than everybody else. And I can stop living this shit existence. With that being said, let's get into it.
Did Rockstar build a relationship system? Did Rockstar build a relationship system into Jason and Lucia's story? And if they did, how would it actually affect gameplay? Could your choices change how missions play out, or even how the story ends? I've been digging through leaks, trailers, and the old Rockstar systems, and what I found points to something surprisingly close to Red Dead's honor system. Stick around till the end, and I'll bet you see it too. I'm Sav. This ain't your average YouTube clickbait. Let's dive in. In Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar gave us more of a mirror than a story, a way to see who we became through the eyes of the world around us. It was the honor system, and on paper it was simple. The more honorable your choices, the more the world respected you. But it was never really about morality. It was about who you chose to be in the quiet moments, when nobody else was watching. And whether you chose fame or infamy, the world responded. NPCs remembered you, mission outcomes varied, and when the end came, your final moments reflected the life you'd lived. It was one of the most personal endings that Rockstar has ever delivered. Now think about the same system, but instead of shaping how the world sees you, it shapes the opinions, behaviors, and interactions of the one person that you can count on. Instead of right or wrong, good or bad, it becomes about trust and respect. And just like you could shape Arthur's fate, maybe we shape the destiny of Jason and Lucia. In Red Dead Redemption 2, regardless of what path you chose, you relied on one relationship pretty heavily: the bond you shared with your horse. The more you bonded with it, the more it responded. It stayed calm when bullets flew, it rode harder, faster, longer, and never left your side, because you'd earned
Pause.
it. It felt like a real relationship, one built on brushing, patting, and the occasional carrot. Now imagine that same logic, but the horse is your girlfriend.
You know,
Patting and
hold
the
on, let me go
occasional
back.
carrot. Now imagine
I've said it ad nauseum before. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm never gonna get over how much detail this screenshot has, and I'm pretty sure this is in-game footage. Obviously, it's a screenshot from the website, but it's in-game. The texturing on the towel, the reflection on the phone screen, the reflections right here. The pores on the skin, the individual hair follicles. And one thing I didn't really pay attention to much before was the strawberry and the lick. I've said enough. Muscle deformation as well.
that same logic, but the horse is your girlfriend. Okay, not literally, but the system, it might be built the same way. It's already been hinted, maybe even leaked, that you won't just play as Jason or Lucia.
The character wheel has 3 options: solo Jason, solo Lucia, and dual protagonist control, where Lucia plus Jason can be controlled at the same time. Yeah, I've heard that one before, and I get the impression that's what it's gonna be. So I won't be surprised to see that. In fact, I almost feel like that's what's gonna happen. I'm 70% sure.
There may even be a third option, a duo selection. Not simultaneous control, but playing as one and giving commands to the other and possibly swapping mid-mission. But what if that third option, that duo experience, what if it's not something that the game just gives you up front? What if it's something you have to earn or even maintain? What if your actions or inactions, your decisions, your opportunities all factor into the level of bond that Jason and Lucia have? For example, in a high bond duo, Lucia might react faster. She moves when you move, covers your blind spots, hits her shots, makes really good sandwiches. But in a broken bond, maybe she complains a lot, misses her shots, leaves you exposed, gets pissy when you don't take out the trash. Maybe if you're a total scumbag, you ignore her calls and spend too much time at the club, you might come home and catch a shirtless dude sneaking out the back door while Lucia body blocks and says something like, "You're home early." I know you can see Rockstar doing something like that. It's in their DNA. That bond could affect how you move through the world, literally. Jason could boost Lucia over a wall or a fence when on the run. Lucia could make a really good sandwich. Just silent coordination. But maybe those mechanics only unlock if the bond is strong. And when it all goes wrong, when you're down and bleeding out, does your partner run back for you? Or do they remember the time you did this? If you bring your partner with you on a mission, that builds trust. You go solo all the time, maybe she gets fat out of spite. Maybe it doesn't seem like much in the moment.
I've seen that picture before, by the way. Somebody
But it all
posted that on
starts to
already.
add up. And just like Red Dead Redemption 2, there could be a slider bar in the UI that indicates when you piss her off. The game doesn't necessarily need to tell you the bond is breaking, you'll feel it. And if you're not sure, just give her a carrot. Your bond wouldn't just come from nowhere, it would have to be earned. Slowly, quietly, kind of a grind like it was with the honor system. It wouldn't have to be about missions or
Correctly.
shootouts per se, it could be about the space between them, the small decision. Maybe you can take her out for drinks and dancing, time together that's not about money or survival. It's easy to skip that kind of thing in a GTA game, but what if ignoring those moments slowly pushes them further apart? And if you'd rather play as Lucia, maybe you let Jason go
And
hang with
she's
the boys
female,
every
so it
once in a
likely
while for
will.
being so needy. Relationships are about balance. Maybe Lucia calls and needs attention. You answer, that builds trust. You ignore it, that moment doesn't come back, and you definitely hear about it later. Some jobs might even give you the option to bring your partner or go solo. Choosing to go together could build on that bond. Choosing to go alone too often, well, that sends its own message. Maybe experience in the world pads the stats and makes her slightly less useless. On the flip side, if you miss the small moments and ignore the calls, you walk away too many times, maybe she stops checking in, stops showing up to help, stops offering to ride along. The game doesn't need to spell it out to you. You'll just start to notice that she's not as present as she used to be. And
Yeah, kind of like real life.
it's sad,
Yeah,
but it's
sounds
also
good.
quieter. Arthur's story ended with more than just a cutscene.
Yeah, I haven't finished the game, so let me just skip that.
Rockstar's bringing that same weight to GTA 6, then your relationship with Jason and Lucia might decide everything. Do they survive together? Does one fall in the final act? Do they split up or go down side by side? It might all come down to how you played. Maybe you played selfishly, missed the signs, broke the bond too many times, didn't make enough sandwiches. And when it really matters, they're not there. Or worse, they end up on the other side of the gun. And with the high bond ending, maybe you invested in the relationship. You don't just survive, you finish the game together and ride off into the sunset or something stupid like that. And then there's the possibility that one of them doesn't even make it. In Grand Theft Auto 5, nobody expected Franklin to be forced into killing Michael, or that there was a third option. In GTA 6, maybe you lose a partner, the person you built everything with. And if that happens, does a potential third playable character step in? You have Raul Batista, Cal, that mysterious officer we keep seeing in trailer 2. Remember now, according to the 2022 Bloomberg report, GTA 6 was originally designed with multiple playable protagonists. Now, I suppose multiple could mean just two, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, but multiple could just as easily mean more than two. And that plan might not be gone, it might just be buried until you get to the final chapter. But here's something that nobody's really talking about. What if it's not just how you played, but who you played? If you favored Jason, maybe you finished the game through his eyes. If you played as Lucia the whole time, maybe she's the one left standing. But if you balance both, if you truly live the story as a team, maybe that's the only way they both make it out. Maybe that's Rockstar's way of forcing you to live out both perspectives, both sides of the sandwich. If GTA 6 follows the same path as Red Dead Redemption 2, then the ending may already be in motion before we even know it. And if Rockstar really is telling their most emotional story yet, then the one you saved might be the one that saves you. Okay, so we covered what's been confirmed, what's been leaked, and even what Rockstar's done in the past. But when it comes to a trust or a bond system like this, we're still left with way more questions than answers. And all we have to go on is what we've seen in previous games. Is this going to be a visible stat, like a meter like we had in Red Dead Redemption 2? Or something more subtle, like changes in AI behavior? Does a low bond mean that Lucia takes longer to back you up in a fight? Or what other dynamics could change that? Maybe she just doesn't show up at all. Can a weak relationship lock you out of missions? Maybe even change the ending? I mean, is it possible that one of them walks away or gets killed based on how you played? Will random encounters shift depending on how close they are? Will dialogue change dynamically as trust builds or breaks? How reactive is the system really? Is it just cosmetic flavor, or can we actually alter the path of the story? Rockstar's done stuff like this before, but they've never built an entire narrative around it. So for now, it's just speculation until we get our hands on it. We don't actually know how deep this system goes. Now, whether you guys think that any of this is possible or just a total pipe dream, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. And I read them all, even the salty ones. And some of you need a therapist. Either way, we've got a little while to go yet, but at least we're on the clock now. GTA 6 drops in just 339 days as of today, Saturday, June 21st. As always, thanks for the support. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you found it interesting, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I haven't said much in the since I skipped to the 4 minutes and 55 seconds part, but what he said about the multiple protagonists, and I think that he said they wanted to have like what, 3 cities? Yeah. Oh, perfect. That's going to the right spot. Pause. According to Stephen Totila of Axios, Rockstar Games originally had planned 4 protagonists, 3 cities. That's how the codenames Project America. 4 protagonists. Because in GTA 5, there's technically 4 slots. So we know the fourth one is the online character, obviously, but. Oh, wait, then how would they do the fifth? Honestly, I would just force you to go into the menu to go online and not do it that way. Yeah, I would think. But, yeah, 3 cities. That's very San Andreas-esque. And what was I gonna say again? He said something about there being 2 unlocked. Obviously, that would be Jason and Lucia. And he also said you that might not even necessarily be how you start out. You might have to earn that throughout the course of the game through the honor system. Obviously, as you spend time together, build a relationship, then the stats will improve. They'll be there more for you, kind of like RDR2. I think that makes perfect sense. But then he said it's also the possibility that that 4 protagonist thing they had planned isn't necessarily scrapped, but it's just that you might not have access to the other 2 later down in the game. Potentially, who knows? Maybe it's Cal and or and Raul. Not Raul, Raul. I said Raul. Yeah, it seems like those 4, obviously Jason and Lucy are the number 2, the main protagonists, but we're seeing a lot of them now. I don't think the cop himself is. Nah, I don't think it's him. I think it's either him. No, Cal, Raul, Jason, and Lucia. I would say Brian as a 5th, but they said 4, so I don't think. I highly doubt there's going to be a 5th one. That's the drug. The what's his last name? Brian GTA 6. Hold on. Brian Header. Yeah, he's a drug runner. I'm sure he has other businesses as well. Landlord, drug trafficking, boatyard owner. That's a good deal, though. Helping with local shakedowns. Jason probably would have been robbing anyway. And Lori Sangria, that's his wife. Now, let me see if Google's gonna show me the images of her if I type this in. I need to make one of these one day. I really do. Yeah, so I enjoyed this. I think I might watch another one of his videos. But I think what he said is pretty on point with the multiple player honor system from GTA. I mean, not GTA, from Red Dead Redemption 2. So, oh yeah. Well, no, I actually saw this already. Yeah, we're doing this next. So that's it, guys. That was my reaction to hidden game-changing features in GTA 6. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I will see y'all in the next video, which is this one right here that my mouse is on. Yeah, goodbye.